feeling powerless is a miserable experience. If given the choice, everyone would opt for more rather than less power. Yet, to be so overt in attempts to gain power is frowned upon. To attain power, you need to be subtle, cunning, and democratic yet devious. Consequently, in his controversial book, The 48 Laws of Power, best-selling author Robert Greene argues that if you manage to seduce, charm, and deceive your opponents, you will attain the ultimate power. Greene states that the better you become at handing power, the better friend, lover, and person you will become. This is because you learn how to make others feel good about themselves, which makes them dependent on you as a source of great pleasure to be around. Law 1 of the 48 Laws of Power, never outshine the master, carries a profound emotional weight, as it reveals the delicate dance of human relationships and ambition. Imagine the desire burning inside you, to prove yourself, to shine, to showcase your brilliance. Yet, there's a bitter truth: if you shine too brightly in the presence of those above you, you risk casting a shadow over them, and their insecurity may become your downfall. It's not fair, but it's real. Your master, the person you look up to, needs to feel secure in their authority, in their position. They crave admiration, even if unspoken. Your brilliance, rather than elevating you, can threaten them, stirring jealousy and fear in ways you never intended. To protect yourself, you must cloak your talents, dim your light just enough to let them bask in the glow of their own importance. It's a tough pill to swallow, hiding your true potential, but the reward is worth it. By making them feel superior, by deferring to their wisdom even when you could easily excel, you foster trust and security. Sometimes, this may even mean making small, harmless mistakes so that they can swoop in and offer guidance, reinforcing their sense of importance. Your humility, though painful, becomes your secret strength, allowing you to navigate the perilous terrain of power dynamics. But if your charm and intelligence naturally outshine theirs, the struggle becomes even more dangerous. In such a case, it's wiser to avoid working for them altogether, because envy, once sparked, is nearly impossible to extinguish. The heartbreak of knowing you could be greater, but must hide it, is heavy, but such restraint is the price of ultimate power. Play the long game, and in time, your moment to shine will come. Law 2 of the 48 Laws of Power, never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use enemies, touches a deep, unsettling truth about human relationships. We are taught from a young age to trust our friends, to believe that they will always have our best interests at heart. But Robert Greene uncovers a painful reality: the very people you hold dear, the ones you trust most, are often the ones who could betray you the quickest. Friends, driven by emotions like envy and jealousy, can become unpredictable. When they see your success, even if they once celebrated it with you, those feelings of support can quickly turn into resentment. They may not show it, but under the surface, they might begin to question why fortune has favored you instead of them. And that hidden resentment can lead to betrayal when you least expect it. You think you know them, but do you really? People rarely reveal their true feelings, even to their closest companions, because honesty can strain those delicate bonds. Hiring a friend, then, is fraught with danger. At first, it seems ideal: they know you, they care for you, but over time, they may begin to feel undeserving, that their success is owed to your friendship rather than their own merit. This unspoken feeling of inadequacy can fester, turning admiration into bitterness. Friends, by nature, have their own expectations, and when those aren't met, their loyalty can waver. But here's the paradox: an enemy, someone who once opposed you, can be a more reliable ally. Why? Because they have everything to prove. Their motives are clear: they know that they must earn your trust through their actions, not empty words. There's no room for personal feelings clouding judgment, no hidden jealousy or unmet expectations. When an enemy becomes your ally, it's a relationship based on clarity, on understanding the stakes involved. Though it feels counterintuitive, you can learn more from your enemies than from your friends. They push you, challenge you, and, once on your side, offer a loyalty born from a desire to prove themselves. It's a hard, sometimes lonely truth, but in the pursuit of power, it's the enemies who are often the ones you can trust most. Law 3 of the 48 Laws of Power, conceal your intentions, delves into the art of deception, teaching that revealing your true plans too soon can be your greatest downfall. Humans are naturally inclined to trust appearances, to believe in the obvious. But in the world of power, the surface is never the full story. The moment you show your true intentions, you open yourself to attack, giving your opponents the chance to counter your moves. Instead, Greene suggests, keep your real desires hidden behind a veil of mystery. Like a master illusionist, you must divert attention away from your true objectives. Lead others down a false trail, presenting them with a set of harmless, even admirable intentions. Let them believe you are an open book, that your goals are in plain sight. By the time they realize the truth, it will be too late, you'll have already won. The brilliance of concealing your intentions lies in humanity's trust in the familiar. People rarely suspect the one who blends in, the person who seems trustworthy and simple. When you act in an inconspicuous and bland manner, no one will suspect the complex plans you're weaving in the background. Your calm, approachable exterior lulls them into a false sense of security, blinding them to the reality of what you're truly doing. It's like playing a game of chess, where each move seems innocent and harmless, but behind every piece you move lies a greater, hidden strategy. You don't make your big play until the board is perfectly set, and by then, your opponent's defenses are down, leaving them vulnerable to your checkmate. Concealing your intentions doesn't just protect you, it gives you the upper hand. When others are led to believe they understand you, that they know what you're after, they drop their guard. They stop questioning your motives, assuming you are as you appear. But this very assumption is your power, allowing you to strike when they least expect it. By the time they see through the facade, you've already accomplished what you set out to do. In this game of power, never forget, the less they know about your true goals, the more control you hold over their actions. Law 4 of the 48 Laws of Power, always say less than necessary, reveals the subtle yet profound power of restraint. In a world where people are quick to speak, eager to share their thoughts and opinions, those who master the art of silence stand out. When you speak too much, you risk giving away too much, your thoughts, your plans, even your weaknesses. But when you choose your words carefully and say little, you maintain control over your narrative, projecting strength and mystery. Imagine how powerful it feels to command a room with only a few words. While others fumble through their thoughts, over-explaining and revealing too much, you remain calm, deliberate, and in control. The silence you leave behind creates an aura of intrigue around you, compelling others to lean in, to wonder what you're thinking. And in that uncertainty, they feel unsettled, trying to decipher your intentions, often revealing more about themselves in the process. Words are like currency, and when spent sparingly, they gain more value. The fewer words you use, the more weight they carry. You force others to pay closer attention to each thing you say. In their eagerness to fill the silence, people tend to overcompensate, blurting out their thoughts, their intentions, their vulnerabilities. This is where your power lies, not in what you say, but in what you leave unsaid. Silence creates a vacuum, and in their discomfort, others will rush to fill it, exposing themselves while you remain guarded. They may even attribute more depth and wisdom to you simply because you've said less, assuming that your silence is a sign of greater knowledge or insight. But it's not just about speaking less, it's about knowing when to speak. When you finally do say something, it has impact, leaving a lasting impression. Your words become powerful tools, not just casual conversation. You control the narrative by letting others reveal themselves while you stay composed, giving nothing away. In a world where so many are desperate to be heard, silence becomes your greatest ally. By saying less than necessary, you turn the focus away from yourself, leaving others guessing, while you quietly hold all the cards. Law 5 of the 48 Laws of Power, so much depends on reputation, guard it with your life, underscores the immense value of your public image. Your reputation is more than just what people think of you, it's the foundation of your influence, the shield that protects you, and the weapon that can strike down those who challenge you. It can elevate you in the eyes of others, giving you power without needing to constantly prove yourself. But once it's damaged, you become vulnerable to attack, and regaining what's lost is no easy task. Imagine your reputation as an invisible force that precedes you wherever you go. It speaks for you when you're not in the room, dictating how others perceive your abilities, your trustworthiness, and your influence. A strong, impenetrable reputation can make others hesitate before challenging you, allowing you to move with more freedom and less resistance. With just your name, you can command respect, secure alliances, and intimidate rivals, all without lifting a finger. But there's a double-edged sword here. Just as a solid reputation can be your greatest asset, a tarnished one can be your undoing. The moment cracks appear in your public image, opponents will seize upon them, using them to undermine your credibility. Your power slips away as quickly as it was gained, leaving you exposed and vulnerable. This is why Greene stresses the importance of guarding your reputation with your life. You must anticipate attacks, predict where enemies might try to strike, and defend your name relentlessly. At the same time, the power of reputation works both ways. You can exploit weaknesses in the reputations of your enemies, exposing their flaws and letting public opinion destroy them without you having to directly confront them. A strong reputation acts like armor, shielding you from scrutiny, while distracting others from probing too deeply into your true nature. It amplifies your strengths, makes people assume the best about you, and allows you to move with ease. It's not just about being admired or liked, it's about wielding a silent yet undeniable influence over others. To maintain this power, you must be ever vigilant, constantly managing how you're perceived. A single careless action can unravel years of work, so every move you make should be calculated, with your reputation always in mind. Guard it fiercely, nurture it carefully, and it will continue to serve as your most potent tool for influence and control. Law 6 of the 48 Laws of Power, court attention at all costs, emphasizes the essential truth that in a world saturated with information and countless voices, visibility is paramount. To command power, you must stand out from the crowd, making yourself larger, more captivating, and undeniably intriguing. In this pursuit, it's better to be notorious than to be forgotten, for notoriety, even in a negative light, brings with it a form of power. Consider the impact of a bold, scandalous persona. By surrounding your name with sensational stories and captivating drama, you become impossible to ignore. When people talk about you, whether in admiration or disdain, you remain firmly in their minds. Being slandered, while unpleasant, is a preferable fate to being invisible. The whispers and rumors, while potentially damaging, keep your name alive in conversations and ensure that you remain relevant. However, court attention wisely. It's not merely about being loud or outrageous. Creating an air of mystery can be your most powerful tool. Keep your true intentions and thoughts hidden, revealing only what you choose to share. People are naturally drawn to those who are enigmatic, as it ignites curiosity and anticipation. When you're an enigma, everyone wonders about your next move, heightening their interest in you and your actions. Mystery enhances your presence, making you feel larger than life. Imagine walking into a room where all eyes are on you, not just because of your appearance but because of the intrigue that surrounds you. The questions linger in the air. What does this person really want? What secrets do they hold? The thrill of not knowing what you'll do next captivates those around you, turning you into a source of endless fascination. In a world where so many blend into the background, those who dare to stand out, to court attention and to cultivate mystery, wield immense power. You hold the reins of your narrative, guiding the perceptions of others while keeping them guessing. By mastering this law, you transform yourself from a mere participant in life to a compelling force that demands attention, respect, and influence. So, embrace the spotlight, cultivate your mystique, and watch as the world becomes enraptured by your presence. Law 7 of the 48 Laws of Power, get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit, captures the essence of strategic delegation and the art of leveraging others' strengths for your own benefit. It's a hard truth, but in the relentless pursuit of power, doing everything yourself is a road paved with limitations. Instead, harness the talents, knowledge, and efforts of those around you to advance your own agenda while ensuring you stand at the forefront of the glory. Picture a skilled conductor leading a symphony. Each musician plays their part, pouring their talents into the performance, yet it is the conductor who commands the audience's attention, receiving applause for a masterpiece that they orchestrated without playing a single note. In this way, by getting others to do the heavy lifting, you not only free yourself to focus on broader strategies, but you also project an image of exceptional efficiency and competence. When you allow others to labor for you, you gain access to their unique insights and expertise, expanding your own knowledge without the time and effort it would take to develop those skills yourself. This not only enhances your work but also amplifies your own reputation as someone who is astute enough to know where to find talent. You become a magnet for skilled individuals who want to work alongside you, not just because of your charisma but also due to the success that surrounds your name. However, with great power comes great responsibility, and to successfully navigate this law, your position must be secure. If you try to take credit without the backing of solid foundations, people will quickly see through the facade and call out your deception. Therefore, it's essential to cultivate a reputation for honesty and reliability while skillfully appropriating the efforts of others. The more secure you are in your role, the less likely people will question your authority to claim their work as your own. In this complex game of power, remember, the spotlight is fleeting, and it is those who can manipulate it that emerge victorious. By ensuring that you are at the center of accolades, you solidify your legacy while the true contributors fade into the background. Their names may be forgotten, but your brilliance shines brighter, a testament to your ability to leverage the strengths of those around you. In the end, power isn't just about what you can achieve alone, it's about how effectively you can orchestrate the talents of others to create a symphony of success that resounds in your name. Law 8 of the 48 Laws of Power, make other people come to you, use bait if necessary, reveals the profound strategy of manipulation through attraction. Instead of pursuing your opponents directly, you draw them in, making them abandon their plans and strategies as they are lured into your carefully crafted traps. This approach shifts the balance of power, allowing you to dictate the terms of engagement and forcing your adversaries to respond to your actions rather than the other way around. Imagine the thrill of a spider waiting patiently in its web. With calm precision, the spider uses its silk to create an irresistible trap, waiting for the unsuspecting prey to come close. In this scenario, the spider holds the power, reacting only when it chooses to strike. By making your opponents come to you, you maintain control over the narrative and the situation, forcing them to play by your rules. However, the effectiveness of this strategy hinges on the allure of your bait. To entice others, you must present something they cannot resist, a promise, an opportunity, or even an emotional connection. This bait must be crafted with care, designed to appeal to their desires and aspirations. When your bait is sweet enough, it clouds their judgment and blurs their awareness of the risks they're taking, making them susceptible to your traps. When people are blinded by their emotions, they become reckless, revealing their vulnerabilities and intentions. They may overlook crucial signs that warn them of impending danger, allowing you to position yourself for the perfect strike. This creates a thrilling sense of anticipation as you watch them dance closer to your trap, unaware of the precariousness of their situation. Playing the long game requires patience and strategy. While others rush headlong into confrontations, you remain calm, biding your time, crafting the perfect environment for your plans to unfold. Your tranquility in the face of chaos becomes a source of power, showcasing your ability to remain collected while your opponents flounder. Choosing to associate with those who radiate positivity can invigorate your own journey. Their optimism can inspire you, while their good fortune may pave the way for new opportunities in your life. Thus, maintaining a distance from the miserable is not just self-preservation, it's an investment in your own happiness and success. Law 11, learn to keep people dependent on you. To wield true power, one must cultivate a sense of dependency in others. By making those around you rely on your knowledge, skills, and resources, you secure your position and increase your own freedom. When people perceive you as indispensable, you command influence without having to resort to coercion or manipulation. However, this delicate balance requires finesse. It's essential to impart just enough knowledge to keep others dependent on you without empowering them to stand alone. Imagine a mentor who guides their student without revealing every secret. The student grows under their guidance but remains tethered to their mentor's expertise. This dynamic not only preserves the mentor's authority but also nurtures the student's growth, creating a mutually beneficial relationship. As you cultivate this dependency, you position yourself as a pillar of support, guiding others while maintaining your control. The more others lean on you, the more you can subtly shape their actions and decisions to align with your own goals. By mastering this law, you create an environment where your influence thrives, allowing you to maneuver the chessboard of life with skill and precision. In the intricate dance of power, these three laws remind you to focus on action, choose your companions wisely, and cultivate dependency. By doing so, you not only protect your own well-being but also build a foundation for lasting influence and success. Law 12, use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. In the intricate game of power, a well-timed gesture of honesty can serve as a cloak for a multitude of deceptive actions. It's a masterful strategy, By being generous and open, you can disarm even the most cautious individuals, allowing you to manipulate their perceptions and actions. When people feel valued and appreciated, they lower their defenses, becoming more pliable and trusting in your presence. Picture a skilled magician who captivates the audience with dazzling tricks, all while they are distracted by the spectacle. In the same way, your acts of generosity serve as a distraction, diverting attention from your underlying motives. A simple gift, a thoughtful compliment, or an unexpected kindness can transform a skeptical adversary into a grateful ally, rendering them defenseless against your true intentions. However, it's essential to build a facade of honesty through a series of small, seemingly inconsequential acts. This is not about the grandiose or the extravagant, it's the subtlety that counts. Each honest gesture creates a thread in the fabric of trust you are weaving, convincing your victim that you are genuinely caring and concerned. By the time they realize your true intentions, it may be too late for them to act against you. The power of selective honesty lies in its ability to create a false sense of security. In their delight and gratitude, your victims will overlook the warning signs, entrusting you with their vulnerabilities. Thus, this law highlights the delicate balance of generosity and deception, where kindness can be a powerful weapon when wielded wisely. Law 13, when asking for help, appeal to the self-interests of others, never to their mercy or gratitude. In the pursuit of power, understanding the motivations of others is crucial. When you find yourself in need of assistance, your appeal should always align with the self-interests of your ally rather than relying on their mercy or goodwill. People are inherently motivated by what benefits them, and recognizing this can unlock a world of opportunities for you. Imagine walking into a room filled with potential allies. Instead of pleading for help based on shared history or a sense of loyalty, you frame your request in a way that highlights the mutual benefits. By emphasizing what's in it for them, whether it's financial gain, social prestige, or personal fulfillment, you ignite a spark of enthusiasm and willingness to support your cause. The more compelling the benefits you present, the more likely your request will be met with eagerness and action. This law teaches you the art of persuasion through the lens of self-interest. When you master the ability to identify what others desire, you become a formidable player in the game of influence. Your requests transform into opportunities for collaboration, where both parties stand to gain. This strategic alignment not only fosters goodwill but also cements your position as someone who understands the dynamics of power and influence. By appealing to self-interest, you ensure that your relationships are built on mutual benefit rather than obligation. As you cultivate this skill, you expand your network of allies and resources, paving the way for success in your endeavors. In the world of power, the ability to inspire action through self-interest is a key that unlocks doors to limitless possibilities. Incorporating these two laws into your toolkit of strategies empowers you to navigate the complexities of human relationships with finesse. You'll learn the delicate art of blending honesty with manipulation while always appealing to what drives others, allowing you to achieve your goals with grace and effectiveness. Law 14, pose as a friend, work as a spy. In the intricate chess game of power, knowledge is your greatest weapon. To truly understand your rivals, you must become an expert at deception, masking your true intentions beneath the guise of friendship. By posing as an ally, you can initiate conversations that seem innocuous but lead to invaluable insights. You can ask seemingly harmless questions, engaging your opponents in discussions that gradually unveil their weaknesses, desires, and strategies. Imagine yourself as a patient hunter, quietly observing and gathering intelligence. The more you listen and learn, the more ammunition you accumulate for future confrontations. This delicate dance of friendship and manipulation allows you to predict your opponent's moves, giving you a strategic advantage that can shift the balance of power in your favor. However, if direct engagement feels too risky, you might consider enlisting others to do your spying for you. But beware, this approach exposes you to vulnerabilities, as you rely on the trustworthiness and competence of your informants. It's often far more effective to be the one gathering intel yourself, maintaining control over the information you acquire. In this law, the essence of power lies in the art of blending in while observing closely, cultivating a network of information that can guide your actions and decisions. Through patience and cunning, you can transform the information you gather into a formidable weapon against those who would oppose you. Law 15, crush your enemy totally. In the ruthless arena of power, half measures are often more dangerous than outright failure. To merely weaken your enemy is to grant them the opportunity to rise again, fueled by a thirst for vengeance. The path to true security lies in total annihilation. When you crush your enemy completely, you leave no room for retaliation or recovery. Picture a fierce storm, dismantling everything in its path, leaving behind a desolate landscape devoid of threats. This is the approach you must take. By stripping your opponent of all options, you eliminate any possibility of negotiation or compromise. They become entirely dependent on your mercy, or lack thereof, forcing them to submit to your will without the chance of escape. This law is not merely about physical defeat, it's about obliterating their spirit and confidence, leaving them in a position where they cannot recover. When you successfully extinguish all hope for resurgence, you secure your peace of mind, free from the specter of revenge. The lesson here is clear: to safeguard your power, ensure that your enemies are utterly and irrevocably crushed. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. In a world saturated with noise and presence, it's easy to become just another face in the crowd. To maintain your allure and elevate your status, embrace the power of absence. By intermittently withdrawing from social circles and public attention, you create an air of scarcity that enhances your perceived value. Think of a rare gem that, when displayed too frequently, loses its sparkle. When you choose to step back, you allow others to discuss and ponder your absence, fostering a sense of longing and admiration. This strategy requires a keen sense of timing. Knowing when to pull away is essential. A well-timed exit can evoke a sense of respect and importance, making your eventual return feel like a grand event. As you create this dynamic, you inadvertently instill a fear of losing you forever, forcing others to recognize your worth. When you return, it's as if you have been resurrected, greeted with enthusiasm and relief. In this way, your absence not only increases respect and honor but also reinforces your position as a figure of intrigue and influence. By mastering these laws, you learn to navigate the complexities of power with strategic finesse. Each principle underscores the importance of perception, control, and the delicate balance of relationships, providing you with the tools needed to rise above the fray and secure your place at the top. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. In the intricate dance of power, isolation is a perilous choice. When you retreat into a fortress, shutting out the world around you, you may think you are safe. However, what you are truly doing is locking yourself away from valuable insights, connections, and opportunities. In this interconnected world, information flows like a river. Those who isolate themselves are left parched, vulnerable, and exposed to the tides of danger. Picture a lion in the wild. It doesn't hide away in a cave, shunning the pride. Instead, it roams, engaging with its environment, gathering strength from the collective. The same principle applies to you. By positioning yourself at the center of social circles, you fortify your defenses. Surrounded by others, you gain allies, protectors, and a wealth of information that shields you from potential threats. When uncertainty creeps in, it's tempting to retreat into solitude. Resist that urge. Instead, seek out old allies, reach out to acquaintances, and embrace new social landscapes. In doing so, you become a beacon of energy and activity, drawing people towards you and creating a network of support that enhances your power. Remember, isolation breeds vulnerability, connectivity breeds strength. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with, don't offend the wrong person. In the chess game of life, every piece matters, and knowing your opponents is vital. Some individuals, once offended, will not simply forgive and forget, they will lie in wait, nurturing their grudges like a fine wine, ready to strike when you least expect it. Therefore, it's crucial to tread carefully. Take the time to assess those around you. Observe them, understand their motives, and discern their strengths and weaknesses. Don't rely solely on gut feelings or superficial appearances, these can be misleading. Instead, watch your target over time to gain a deeper insight into their true nature. The more you know, the better equipped you are to navigate the murky waters of power. Law 20. Don't commit to anyone. In the realm of power, commitment can be a double-edged sword. While loyalty may seem noble, it can also shackle you. By maintaining independence, you gain the freedom to maneuver, to play rivals against each other, and to maintain an aura of mystery and respect. The less you commit, the more untouchable you appear, and this perception can amplify your power. Steer clear of petty disputes and squabbles. Instead of diving headfirst into conflict, observe from the sidelines. Stir the pot when necessary, encouraging disagreements between parties, and position yourself as the impartial mediator. In this way, you will become a pivotal figure, holding the power of influence without the burden of commitment. Law 21, play a sucker to catch a sucker, appear dumber than your mark. Ego can be a powerful weapon. By intentionally appearing less intelligent or competent than your opponents, you disarm them. When they believe themselves to be superior, they let down their guard, falling into your carefully laid traps. Think of this as a performance, one where you play the fool. Let them think they're the smartest in the room while you quietly gather information and insights. Once they underestimate you, you can orchestrate your moves without the threat of detection, gaining the upper hand while they remain blissfully unaware of your true capabilities. Law 22, use the surrender tactic, transform weakness into power. In the world of power, surrender is not a sign of defeat but a strategic maneuver. When you find yourself outmatched, instead of fighting a losing battle, yield gracefully. This tactic can confuse your adversaries and disarm them. They may believe they have won, only to underestimate you further. In this moment of surrender, you are not giving up, you are biding your time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike back. By transforming apparent weakness into a tactical advantage, you can reclaim your power when they least expect it. Your retreat becomes a springboard, allowing you to rise again, stronger and more formidable than before. Law 23, concentrate your forces. In the pursuit of power, focus is your ally. By channeling your energy into a single, potent source, you position yourself for greater strength and impact. This means seeking out the most fruitful opportunities and resources that will sustain you over the long haul. Just as a well-drilled army concentrates its might to achieve victory, so too must you consolidate your efforts to maximize your influence. Power is most effective when concentrated. In any organization or setting, the true power typically resides with a select group of individuals. Instead of scattering your efforts across numerous shallow ventures, aim to strike oil at one rich source. Once you identify and harness this concentrated power, it will yield continuous benefits, ensuring your authority and wealth for years to come. Law 24, play the perfect courtier. The art of power often involves subtlety and charm. A perfect courtier wields influence not through direct confrontation, but through the graceful navigation of social dynamics. By flattering your superiors and exercising restraint, you can cultivate power in a way that feels effortless and unobtrusive. To master this art, follow these steps. Practice nonchalance, maintain an air of ease in your interactions. Be frugal with flattery, use compliments sparingly to enhance their impact. Adapt your style, tailor your communication style to suit your audience. Avoid bearing bad news, shield your superiors from unpleasant realities. Never criticize superiors, keep criticism private and constructive. Be self-observant, understand your own emotions and behaviors. Master your emotions, stay composed and in control. Be a source of pleasure, create enjoyable experiences for others. Forge your own identity and master your image instead of letting societal roles confine you. Be self-aware and cultivate a memorable character. Adapt to various situations, but beware of overacting, which can dilute your authenticity. Law 25, keep your hands clean. Your reputation is everything in the game of power. To maintain a spotless image, distance yourself from any unsavory deeds. Utilize scapegoats and intermediaries, those who can execute your questionable plans while you remain above the fray. Your reputation hinges more on what you manage to conceal than what you openly reveal. Having a scapegoat at the ready allows you to deflect blame when necessary. Additionally, employing a cat's paw, someone to do your dirty work, ensures you can remain associated solely with positive outcomes. Law 26, create a cult-like following by playing on people's need to believe. Humans possess an innate desire to believe in something greater than themselves. By positioning yourself as a charismatic figure or leader, you can create a devoted following that grants you immense power. Here are key strategies to cultivate this. Use vague and simple language, craft your messages to be easily understood yet filled with promise. Emphasize enthusiasm, focus on passion and excitement rather than rationality. Structure your group like a religion, foster a sense of belonging and purpose. Disguise your income sources, keep financial motives hidden to maintain trust. Foster an us versus them mentality, create a sense of loyalty by establishing an enemy or opposition. By nurturing these elements, you can cultivate a powerful and loyal following that amplifies your influence. Law 27. Enter action with boldness. Boldness is admired and revered, while timidity breeds contempt. When you take action, do so with confidence and decisiveness. Half-hearted efforts can reveal your doubts and undermine your credibility. Instead, strive for audacity. Even if mistakes occur, they can be overshadowed by further bold actions. Cultivating boldness is a habit that can be developed over time, just as timidity can be unlearned. If you find yourself hesitating, replace that hesitance with bold decisions and assertive actions. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Present your successes as if they came easily. Conceal the hard work and strategies behind your achievements to evoke admiration and minimize scrutiny. The more mysterious your methods appear, the more your power seems exclusive and unassailable. Law 31. Control the options, get others to play with the cards you deal. By offering limited choices, you create the illusion of autonomy while guiding others to select options that ultimately serve your interests. This tactic allows you to manipulate situations without overtly exerting control. Law 32. Play into people's fantasies. People are drawn to hopeful illusions rather than harsh realities. By addressing their dreams and desires, you can attract followers and influence them more effectively. Identify the discontent in their lives and present a vision that promises a better reality. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Identify and exploit the weaknesses of your opponents. This could be an insecurity, hidden desire, or a secret vice. Look for emotional triggers and leverage them to gain the upper hand in conflicts. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. Your self-presentation shapes how others perceive you. Carry yourself with dignity and confidence, believing you deserve respect and power. When you project greatness, others will see you as worthy of it. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Patience is crucial for success. Wait for the right moment to act, as hasty decisions can lead to mistakes. By controlling your emotions, you can manipulate your perception of time and become more strategic in your actions. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have, ignoring them is the best revenge. Show indifference to what you desire but cannot attain. Acknowledging these things gives them power over you. By turning away, you create a sense of superiority and frustrate those who wish to provoke you. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Dazzle others with grand displays and impressive gestures. Visual impact can distract from your true intentions, leaving others mesmerized and uncritical of your actions. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. Conform outwardly to societal norms while harboring your true beliefs privately. Blending in allows you to maintain a low profile and strategize without drawing unnecessary attention. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Instigate confusion among your opponents while maintaining your calm. By provoking them, you can make them appear irrational, reducing their power and strengthening your position. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Be wary of anything that seems to come without cost. Free offerings often carry hidden obligations. By investing your resources, you maintain independence and project strength. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Create your own path rather than trying to emulate those who came before you. Establish your identity and authority to avoid being overshadowed by the accomplishments of others. Law 42. Strike the shepherd, and the sheep will scatter. Identify and eliminate key individuals who cause disruption within a group. By neutralizing their influence, you can weaken the entire organization and consolidate your own power. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Instead of forcing compliance, win people over emotionally. Understand their motivations and insecurities to guide their actions without them realizing they're being influenced. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Reflect your opponent's behavior back at them to confuse and frustrate them. By mimicking their actions and attitudes, you expose their flaws and turn their strengths into weaknesses. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Introduce change gradually to avoid backlash. Respect existing traditions and gradually implement improvements to foster acceptance and loyalty. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Display minor flaws to appear relatable and avoid inciting envy. Perfection can breed resentment, so presenting yourself as human keeps you approachable and lessens the threat you pose. Law 47. Don't go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Recognize when to cease further efforts after achieving your goals. Overreaching can lead to vulnerability and backlash, so it's important to know your limits and maintain strategic discretion. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Be adaptable and fluid, like water. Avoid becoming too rigid or predictable, as flexibility protects you from changing circumstances. Those who can shift and adjust are more resilient and maintain their power effectively.